Welcome back. You're listening to the Flow Friday Sports Show, and joining me on the line now is Jenna Allen, our correspondent from the North Central Netball competition. Jenna, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Going very well, thank you. Now, let's talk about the weekend's results. No real upsets, Jenna, but a fair few teams perhaps surprising us with regards to the end results and the scores. So we'll start with Donald and Bort. This was a very end-to-end game and a very close one. Bort were expected to win, but Donald really held their own, and a very good fight from the Donald girls.
Yeah, it was. Looking at the scoreline, there's only 2 in it at the end, but even at quarter time, Bort had a stronger second quarter, but interestingly, in the fourth quarter, Donald won that 14-7. So acknowledging that Bort are missing definitely a couple of key players within their mid-court. Terrific game and a terrific performance by some of Donald's younger girls, just proving or reaping the benefits of having commitment in their young kids and really pushing their development over the course of the season. So Donald, even though they're well down on the bottom of the ladder, second from the bottom, I should say, they're doing great things. So very, very promising for the future for Donald.
And for Bort, do you think that result might make them sweat a little bit going into the finals? Because they probably would want to reassure the rest of the competition that they're going to be a heavyweight when it comes to finals netball.
They definitely are. I think for Bort going into finals, knowing that they've had quite a few changes over the course of the season just because of girls being away, I think sitting in third spot when really they are much higher, or they should be much higher than what they are. They've missed a couple of opportunities, but I think sitting in third will give them the advantage to just building strength, building up to. And if they can make it through to the grand final, I think that's going to give them the confidence they need to really take it to their opponent. So for Bort, I think they're sitting in a really good spot, playing some really good netball and just building towards something pretty exciting.
The Sea Lake Nandali Tigers girls getting the job done over Birchip Watcham. Not a massive win here, but in the end, they had enough in the engine to overrun the home side Birchip. So an important win for the Tigers, Jenna?
Yeah, it really was, because last time Birchip got the jump on Sea Lake and had an unexpected win. So Sea Lake were keen to correct that, and Birchip did that on Sea Lake's home court, obviously. So Sea Lake really keen coming into finals, sitting comfortably now in that fourth spot when it was very much up for grabs for a long time. So I think Sea Lake really needed to put out a good performance, and they've done so. So they've got a fairly consistent 7 going into finals, but I think done the job well on Birchip. They played well and won across the whole 4 quarters. So good effort by Sea Lake.
We'll talk about your club, Witcher-Proof Narraport, in the end getting the job done 70-22 over St. Arnaud. A very comprehensive win, Jenny. Would have been happy with that.
Yeah, we were happy with that. I think we put out a good game of netball on the weekend. Our defensive line has been particularly strong all year and has been consistent, which makes a big difference, I think. So Susanna Fawcett's playing some terrific netball in goalkeeper, just sticking to her patch and playing her role really, really well for us. And Nakia Nunn should poll really well at the end of season vote count, I would hope, because she's always been a goal shooter, but this season she's come out of her comfort zone with the inclusion of Emily as a tall goal shooter. So Nakia's coming out into goal attack and has been playing some really terrific netball in a position that she wasn't comfortable in for a start, but really made her own. So we were really happy with our game on Saturday. And St. Arnaud, again, they're young, they're improving, they've got a different team each week, but some really good patches of netball. And a lot of their A grade had played 17s earlier that day and had won by 1 goal in a really thrilling match. So full credit to the St. Arnaud girls for backing up and playing 2 full and intense games of netball for the day.
Now, the result that had everyone's head turning, no doubt, was Charlton hosting Wedderburn, and this is between the top two sides, but Wedderburn way too strong on the day, and this is really a result that shakes things up because, understandably, Jenna, people will be viewing this result and asking themselves, how can anyone compete with Wedderburn if the second place side was still dismantled on their own patch?
Yeah, that's exactly it. It is looking like it's an enormous feat. It looked like an enormous feat at the start of the year, but Wedderburn's definitely not letting up and not letting go of the reins. So 24 goals the difference, and 10 goals, importantly, 10 of those goals the difference at quarter time. So I think if someone's really going to challenge Wedderburn during the final, it's going to have to be a really strong first quarter to shake them up a bit. We can't allow Wedderburn to get into a bit of a pattern or establish a bit of momentum from the get-go. Something's got to drastically shake them up for a start. They've had some really consistent 4 quarters of netball over the entire season. And impressively, we had Charlton the week before, and Charlton are a really good side. They're young, they're fit, they're agile, they're willing to attack the ball in all areas of court, and it's a bit disappointing to see that they couldn't decrease that margin. They got a bit closer last time they encountered Wedderburn, but this wouldn't be the scoreline they would have been hoping for heading into finals.
No doubt about that. We'll take a look at the table, Jenna. So Wedderburn sitting pretty in first place on 60 points. Then Charlton in second on 44. Bort third on 36. Sea Lake Nandali Tigers on 34 points in fourth. Your side, Witcherproof, they're fifth with 26 points, and then Birchup in sixth on 20 points. That rounds out the top 6. Do you see anything changing going into the last few rounds?
No. I think, Bort were eyeing off that second spot, but won't be able to get there now. However, they will be still looking for a win this weekend to finish off their season well. I can't see anything changing though from going forward, but I think teams will be really keen to put out their best netball this weekend, especially if they've lucky enough to fall in that top 2 and having the week off. It'll be really important at the moment to play and manage. So there's still a lot of illness and a lot of external factors that can drastically change a team. So I think managing your players and managing your training schedules and trying to give everyone the best chance to make it on the day is going to be really crucial.
So really it's all about third and fourth, Bort versus Sea Lake, and who can get that third place finish. Should Bort be able to hold out and maintain their position in third, do you reckon?
They sure will, yep. I think Bort will be looking to really cement their spot. Because of the unfortunate bylaw breach a couple of weeks ago, they won't be able to make second spot. Which is really disappointing for them. But I think trying to look at the positives there, as I said, they're going to potentially come from the bottom and work their way through if they can get through. But I think Bort will be too strong for Sea Lake on the weekend.
Charlton versus Sea Lake. Let's talk about the fixtures, and this will be an appetising one. 2 very well-positioned teams, but Charlton, they'll want to make a good account of themselves because they'll really want to send a message to Wedderburn that there are some other players in this competition. So is it a foregone conclusion? Do you think Charlton will trump Sea Lake on the weekend, Jenna?
Sorry, I misspoke before. So Bort will win on the weekend, but and I think Charlton will get over the top of Sea Lake. Yeah.
We'll talk about St Arnaud versus Donald. How does this one go for you, Jenna?
I think Donald wins comfortably. I don't think St Arnaud have got the legs to match Donald, and I think they'll be rewarded with a win in the last round. And
just to confirm, Bort, they'll be too strong for Birchup Watcham, you say?
Yeah, sorry, I misspoke before, but Bort playing Birchup Watcham. Last time Birchup did get over the top, but I think this time Bort won't be making any mistakes and they'll be ensuring they get the win this time.
Game of the round could well be Wedderburn hosting your side. Now, tell me, Jenna, what's the tactic going to be going into this one? Because you've still got a side with a lot of ability, and Wedderburn, they might be putting their feet up. Jenna, who knows? They've got first place sewn up.
Anything's possible. So I think I'm definitely not giving out any secrets or tactics over the radio, but I think we're going in very eager. We feel like we've had a really good season as a team. We've missed some opportunities. We've had some really close games where we've fallen short by a couple of goals that really could have been different for us, and they're our mistakes that we need to own. So I guess in finishing the season, it'll be really important for us to try and really analyse our own performance this weekend. We've had a really close look at the last time we met them, and I think importantly for us it'll be about getting that early jump and making sure we give it a full 60 minutes, because you always walk away, well, the last two times we've met Wedderburn, we've always walked away feeling like there were definitely quarters where we could have given a lot more. So I think we're really focused on 4 full quarters and challenging every area of their game.
Jenna Allen, she's a star, the Witcher-proof Narraport correspondent of ours. Great work, Jenna. All the best on the weekend. It's going to be a hard game, but we're very intrigued to see how you'll pull up. And thanks for speaking to us on the Flow Friday Sports Show. We'll check in with you again next week.
Thank you. No worries.